Hey, what's up, everybody? I was just down here, finished up with work, and I got my torches filled up. And I was just removing some old front fender or front bumper bracket off of it. Figured I'd cut them off since I was cutting up the other Nomad. Of course, these will probably go away anyways to build a flip nose, but at least now they're not in my way. Get the rest of the bolt out. I got one more bolt to cut off of it. All right. I was just down here having a little fun with the torches. Got a little bit of meat left in there still. There we go. And these was all bent up, so they're just a bunch of junk metal anyways. But I'll show you the blue, cashmere blue 55 Nomad. It's been all cut up. Okay. This is what's left of it. I just went through and cut it. I had taken a video of me cutting it up. I had taken a video of me cutting it up, but it wasn't. I still have it, and I watched it, and I'm like, there's no real excitement there. I mean, you know, kind of takes a while to cut all the corners of the A pillar and around the B pillars, and it was kind of like, when I work, so it's hard for me to kind of talk as I'm working, you know what I mean? So I still have it, and I might look at it again as far as maybe potentially posting it, but it just didn't seem like anything that was that interesting. So if you ever wanted to know what the inside structure of a Chevy Nomad roof looks like, this is the inner skin of it. And it literally just come right off. I was thinking maybe to save this drip rail molding, or this drip rail, because I've seen them rust out before, but guys, I kind of got to get away from this rusty stuff. Nobody really wants it, so I got to tell myself I don't want it. And here's the back left and right quarter panel off the car. This side really didn't need much to get it apart. It was already broken free up there and up there. And I just went right through it with a torch on both sides. But it really shows you how rusty everything was. I mean, it's literally breaking apart. And here's the rear end out of the car. I saved the bottom shock mounts, because on a Tri-5 they bolt. This plate goes at the bottom of your leaf springs, and your shock bolts right there. And they're rough, but they probably will clean up pretty decent. Because I've discovered through the years, when you're working on a car, this maybe broke all the way off, where they try to get the bolt off and snap the whole stud off of it. And there's nothing on the back. I mean, you could drill them out and put the more modern shocks on there, but I'll keep them. And I was gonna, this is the stock rear end, and that car, that 55, this Nomad, man, that's kind of scary. This Nomad right here, DOA. It was a Powerglide car, and if your rear end's never been apart before, they have these little metal tags on them, and your Powerglide had a 355 gear ratio, and you can see it's got a complete circle on it. And then they offered a 370 and 55, and then the overdrive cars had a 411. Now, if you had a 370, that come with the 3-speed manual cars. It had almost like a slice of the pie missing out of this. Almost looked like Pac-Man with his mouth open. Had just one piece of the pie missing, and that's how you could tell if you had the original tag. Your rear end had never been tampered with, and it had a little, almost like a little triangle missing out of it. That was a stock 370 ring and pinion gear. And then your 411s would have been if you would have ordered a 55 Chevy with a 3-speed and the overdrive. So this is your normal, average, standard 55 Chevy Powerglide rear end. And I just keep this stuff nowadays. I mean, hardly anybody uses this, but if you got a stock 55 Chevy, there might be a chance that you need it. And then I had several people tell me to keep the VIN number out of this car, this 55. And when I got it, it did not have a VIN number. You could see it would have been somewhere right through here. And you could tell by how rusty that is. There hasn't been a VIN number in that car for a long time. And if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I would say this car right here is still living somewhere out on the roadways, if you guys know what I mean. And also, they wanted me to save the cowl tag. You can see where it's been pried off of there. But it was not. Once again, you can see how rusty it is. Once again, it was not on the car. So, and here's what a Nomad Roof looks like without the structure. I mean, this is one, I bet you that thing's every bit of 6.5, 7 feet tall. You imagine one machine stamping this whole structure out? And it literally, this was the only section keeping it onto the car. I just took a pry bar and pried it off there because I'm going to throw it in the dumpster, and I couldn't lift it. But, and it's so daggone pitted up, you couldn't do nothing with it anyways. I mean, even if you needed a patch panel, look at the pits. I mean, it's paper thin. Look at him. He's like, you taking my home away from me? Ooh, look, he's looking at me. Sucker's ready to bite. I'm gonna back up. Man, I didn't think I was gonna get a confrontation with Charlotte's Web today, but man, they didn't want me messing with that roof. But that roof and the inner structure, and I'll keep the quarter panels. There's a guy that wants the quarter panels, but I honestly, guys, I do not know how I'm gonna get them to him. You can't. I mean, how you gonna box him up? You can't. Just put them on a pallet and ship them as freight. That's about all I could do. You can't. Oh, still want to get this off there. The gas door. So that's it on this one, guys. As I look back years down the road, I'll be able to see when I was still young enough to do this stuff, because this is hard work, guys. It'll make you an old man real quick. I'll be able to see the process of getting this car and actually seeing it on its final destination. And hardly anything was wasted that was savable on that car. I mean, every square inch of it, you know, if it was savable, no matter how hard it was for me to get it off there, I got it off there. So you can see what's actually going into the dumpster. I mean, it's scrap metal. You know, somebody may be able to use a patch off of that, but man, by the time you got it cleaned up, that thing's going to be so paper thin, it's going to make the roof weak. So I'm just going to do the world a favor and get this stuff out of here. Let it become part of something else. But I saved the headliner bows. They're right here. One of them wasn't worth saving. You know, they got some surface rust on them. A few of them are, like, the corners of some of them are worse than others. But this will be your very front one. Second, third, fourth, fifth, and I didn't save the sixth one. They have 6. And they normally have a number on there. I don't know what side the number's on. Yeah, you can't really see. But see, I mean, even this one, it's totally shot. So maybe a couple of them salvageable. Yeah, see. Let's see if I can get you to... That says number 4 on it. It's kind of rusty, but that says number 4 on the headliner bows. They all have numbers on them, but the one with the weird fingers on it, see how these are kind of like this? This one goes directly right behind your A pillar. It would be the first one, or B pillar, excuse me. It would be the first one back here. You have one up here, then one there. And you can see there's the 6th one right there, but it wasn't worth the time. So make sure there ain't no monkeys back there trying to get me. Weird sound. But I want to do a little small, just a 1 second little walk around on this car, because I put the Kragers on the back of it and they're not really quite, I want the big ones sticking out the wheel wells, but it kind of gives the old car a cool look. So let me show that to you, then I'll let you guys back to your day. So here's this side of it. And one thing I've discovered about cars that sit in the junkyard, as soon as springtime comes around, the bees start coming out. Their nest is developed. So, you know, they've been trying to get me. But it's got the Kragers on the back, and I put the door striker and the door latch on this side, so that door is latched. And it actually fits the car really well. And sometimes I just want to kind of tinker with this car before I go home. You know, you park the truck and just kind of, I don't know, decompress for a second. But here's this side. once again with the Krager on the back, and that door is latched. I put a door latch and a striker in that one as well. But it's kind of giving me a little bit of a boost of excitement on the old car. The Kragers really ain't nothing special, and they're kind of small, but it does make the car look cool. It really does. And then that bumper was riding in the bed of my truck, so I just threw it on there just right now, just for get it out of the way. So anyways, guys, I'm probably going to leave here and head up and pick up the engine for the convertible. I got to call and make sure he's there. So should be a video on that here real soon. But like I said, when I look back, you know, because that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, it just stays forever. When I look back years down the road, I'll be able to see the journey of them 255 Nomads from the junkyard. And I didn't take the one all the way, but I did save it and created a new life for it. And the other one is no longer just sitting waiting for a forklift to come and pick it up and crush it. It's been processed. Every good thing that you could get off of the car has been taken off of the car, and now the only thing that's getting junked is actual scrap metal. So when you get something like that that's so rusty, that's all you can do, guys. Just process it, get rid of the rest, and move on with your life. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. I really do appreciate you guys. I enjoy all the comments. You guys really went after them J.C. Whitney's eyebrows, them chrome eyebrows. That's real cool, because I didn't know how they was going to be received. But you guys, some guys still got them hanging on the wall. Let me know if you want to sell them. I'll put them on the sedan. I'll catch you guys on the next video.